Listener's note, warning. This show is loaded with gist so powerful, it might just push you into a relationship and straight down the aisle. If you're not ready to hear wedding bells and say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, listen at your own risk. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out.
There is nothing as beautiful as seeing the crush of your life, someone you love so much, crying into your arms because her boyfriend just broke up with her. Trust me, it is the best feeling ever. If you are listening to this right now as a young man and you have experienced your crush crying to you about her breakup, you know that feeling, that wild mix of emotions. One part of you is genuinely sad and concerned, but the other part, the other part is rejoicing like heaven just answered a 10-year-old prayer. God has finally done it for you. God has finally crushed the useless relationship of your long-time crush. The demon has been cast out. The Pharaoh has drowned in the Red Sea. Her boyfriend, the one standing between you and destiny, is gone. I remember the time my neighbor Sylvia came to my house to cry about her breakup. This girl wore bomb shorts and one oversized shirt, no bra, and came to my house crying about her stupid ex that broke up with her that morning. I hated that guy. The guy was just annoying and ugly with his big forehead. And not like passive dislike. I deeply hated him for 3 solid reasons. 1. His voice was too loud. If that guy tells you a secret, just know that everybody has heard it, including the neighbor 2 streets away. It was like he swallowed Bluetooth speakers, or his mother gave birth to him inside a nightclub. And the worst part was that whenever he was arguing with Sylvia, he would say,
Baby, don't let me raise my voice, don't let me raise my voice, you know I don't like shouting, don't let me raise my voice,
Like bro, this is you being calm? If you now shout, unko, only God knows the amount of eardrops Sylvia used in that relationship. Number 2, his pride was higher than Glow Network. He always had to announce that he shops directly from the UK, his watch is made of real gold, and he pays 20,000 naira to cut his hair every 2 weeks. Like, bro, who asked you? No, who asked you? Yes, I cut my hair with 2,000 naira, so? Am I not finer than you? No, answer now. Am I not finer than you? One day, he came to my house and said,
Edgar, this your Nike Air Max is fake. I bought the original from the Nike store in Manchester. This one is not Nike, this one is Nike. I'm just joking.
Okay, since you are Nike's brand ambassador, why don't you just buy me the original? Nonsense. And number 3, anytime he came around to visit Sylvia, this guy would start playing loud, annoying rap music. If it's not Lil Wayne, it's Lil Doc. If it's not Doc, it's Lil TJ. The guy listens to artists with Lil in their name because he too had a Lil brain. Very useless guy, very useless person. So you can imagine how I felt when Sylvia told me that Ambrose broke up with her. I was super excited on the inside. She said,
Edgar, my world has collapsed. Ambrose has broken up with me. I don't know what to do in my life. What was my offense?
She held me close. Her tears were on my shirt. Her pain was pouring into my chest. Mucus, red eyes. Her temperature was rising. And in my head, do you know what I was thinking? Her breasts are actually very big. Wait, first, I know I shouldn't have been thinking about that. I know, but remember, she was hugging me tight and she wasn't wearing a bra. I could feel everything, guys. The tears, the sweat, her heartbeat, and her big breasts. Above all, I was excited because long ago, Sylvia told me that she liked me, but she couldn't date me because she already had feelings for Ambrose 2 days before she realized that she had feelings for me. Apparently, I didn't talk on time. She said,
Edgar, I really like you, but I recently committed to someone else. If only you had spoken to me before I met him, I would have said yes to you. You are the perfect guy for me. But It's already too late, oh. Sorry, eh?
Okay, now that he was out of the picture, I started thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe the time is finally right. So what did I do? I held her close. I ran my fingers through her hair. I was telling her the sweetest things to make her smile. I said, Sylvia, you deserve so much better. That guy never saw your worth. But I do. You're strong. You're beautiful. And honestly, any guy would be lucky to have you. She looked at me, eyes full of tears, her lips trembling. And I thought, this is it. This is how Netflix love stories start. Maybe I should kiss her. Maybe she'll kiss me. Maybe she'll finally say,
Edgar, you are the only one I can trust.
Instead, I continued. I said, Sylvia, you're beautiful. You're amazing. And you deserve better. He's not worth the stress or your tears. It's his loss, not yours. You deserve someone that will be there for you when you cry, when you laugh, or when you just need someone to talk to. Guys, I said a lot. I was really pouring out my heart. But Sylvia didn't say a word. She just kept crying. This girl was just crying and crying. Then I thought of a joke. I said, well, at least you can finally rest from all those Lil Wayne songs you were always hearing by force, eh? And guys, she smiled. She actually smiled. At that point, I should have just kept quiet. I should have added more jokes. I should have told her more amazing things about herself. I should have just kept the moment with her. But no. What did my stupid head do? I looked in her eyes. I moved my face close to hers. And I said, with all the confidence in my useless romantic soul, I said, if you ever need a shoulder to cry on, mine are available. She looked at me, she smiled, and then she said the words that nearly made me collapse on the floor. She said,
Thank you so much, Edgar. You're the big brother I never had.
Big brother? Like big brother? I wanted to disappear. I wanted to press pause on life. I wanted the ground to open and swallow me, then spit me out beside Ambrose so we could fight. Because how did I move from maybe she would kiss me to becoming the big brother I never had? God, why? God, why? Big brother? I was confused. Is it big brother like Big Brother Niger? Or what exactly? Did this girl just call me her big bro? Even though I heard her say it, a part of me refused to accept it. I was in denial. So I did something pretty dumb. I went for a kiss. And just when my lips were about to touch hers, she jumped off like the Holy Ghost slapped her. She shouted,
Jesus Christ! Edgar, what are you doing? We can't be doing that now. My breakup is not even up to 24 hours yet. And besides, you're my brother. This isn't right at all.
After hearing that, my back started to pain me. My chest folded. Sylvia didn't just FriendZone me. She adopted me into her family by force. She couldn't even sit on my legs anymore. She stood up and sat on another chair, one far away. I stared at her for 5 minutes. One part of my brain was trying to gather English to ask her, but didn't you say I was the perfect guy for you? And the other part of my brain, it couldn't stop my eyes from looking at her big breasts.
Check. This is a Check Edgar production. A Check Edgar production. This is for the single guys and the single ladies. Edgar doesn't lie. Why am I still single? Still single. Why am I still?
I want a wife and a family. This kind of life is not right for me. I told my guys how things can be. When I fall in love, I fall for real. I know you want me, don't waste my time. I want a girl that is set and fine. I'm going crazy, so please be mine. God, please, why? Okay. If you are listening to this podcast for the very first time, you are very welcome to the second best podcast in Nigeria. Why second best? Because the best podcast hasn't been created yet. Yes, the best podcast hasn't been made yet. This is Why Am I Still Single? My name is Edgar Iraka, and every Friday, okay, not every Friday, but most Fridays, I tell real stories about how I fumbled love, misread signals, and somehow, I still haven't given up. Because honestly, if someone like Portable can marry not one, but two women, then I feel like I too have what it takes to become husband material, at least half a yard. So why am I still single? Well, this week, it's because the lady I like and loved saw me more as a brother than a lover. Now, let me clear some things up. This lady is different from the one you heard about in the intro, Sylvia. Now, Sylvia was level 1. This new lady, she's level 10. Final boss FriendZone. As for Sylvia, can you believe that she later went back to the same guy, Ambrose? So fiakwa. I hear he eventually turned her into his punching bag, but she's too scared to even talk about it. Anyways, what is my own? Every man to his journey. I am still facing my heartbreak in HD. Now, before I tell you what Florence did to me, let's talk about friend zones or zones in general. Now, if you're expecting me to define what friend zone means or zones in general, then you have come to the wrong podcast. This is why you have Google or ChatGPT, or call your English teacher. Don't disturb me. I cannot be defining something like that for you. There are 5 types of zones. Let me break them down as quickly as possible. The moment a lady sees you, even before you say hi, she has already profiled you into one of those zones. The 5 zones include potential zone, MAGA zone, ozone layer, worship zone, and finally, the friend or family zone. Now listen, the potential zone is the only good zone on this list. This is where hope lives. You are not a man yet, but she sees the possibility. She's watching you, observing you. How does he talk? Is he spiritual? Is he presentable? Does he have sense? Does he listen to Portable? Is he a Malian, a Yoruba demon, or an Edo wizard? Can I post his face on my birthday without people laughing at me in the comments? Trust me, bro. The question is like JAM exam, 400 questions, no theory, no calculator. One wrong move, boom, you're out. One right move, she might just give you a chance. And if you somehow survive and make it out of the potential zone to become the main guy, that only means one thing: you have passed the most difficult exam in the world. Let's talk about MAGA zone. If you ever find yourself in this zone, you are not a man. You are a project. Your assignment is simple: fund her lifestyle without asking stupid questions. She'll tell you,
You're such a good person.
but let's be honest, you have never hugged her, you have never kissed her. The best you have gotten are long "I appreciate you" messages with 3 or 4 kisses from a distance, like
Mwah!
she only appreciates you the day you send money. And when you don't, she reminds you how selfish and stingy you are, like you are hoarding a national cake. You have been sending her airtime, data, and urgent 2K like your bank app is romantic. She has saved your number with Tunde OP or Chibuzo 2K or even William Cash. If this is you, right there as you are listening, go down on your knees and repeat after me. Lord Jesus, I am a mumu. I need you in my life. Help me fight this battle. My foolishness needs to be understudied. God help me. Okay, alright, now let's move on to the next category. The ozone layers. I am praying for someone listening right now. May you never find yourself in the ozone layer. This is where confusion lives. You cannot predict whether she likes you or not because she doesn't even know herself. You people are hot today, cold tomorrow. She will flirt with you on Tuesday and then ghost you on Thursday. You will catch feelings in the morning and then she will catch a flight at night. She says she wants you, but cannot date you and will not let another person date you. You are living in bondage. You don't just know. Serious bondage. Every conversation ends with,
Aww, you are so sweet. I don't even know what I want right now.
excuse me, ma. Excuse me. What you want is therapy. You need serious therapy. If you are in this zone, I suggest you start a 21-day dry fasting. Let God just take control. This one is not ordinary. Please. Next is the worship zone. Now, this one is dangerous because it feels deep. It feels meaningful, but you are basically her emotional support goat. You are the guy she comes to when she needs prayers, advice, or healing. You know her mother's blood pressure, her boss's mood swings, the name of her cat, and what time her gas finishes. But you don't know what her lips taste like. You're not even in the queue, bro. She doesn't even know your love language. She doesn't even care about you. She just knows you are always available. And that's exactly where she plans to keep you. She ends every conversation with,
Thank you very much. This is why I value you a lot.
if this is you, then I feel deep sorrow for your generation. You need to go and wash your head inside river 7 times. And then finally, the one that pains me pass, the friend zone. I hate this zone. I hate when ladies put me in their family or friendship zone. This zone is the final burial ground of romantic ambition. Once you enter, there is no coming out. Once you enter here, just know that it's over. She'll say things like,
I can talk to you about anything. You're such a great guy. Any girl would be lucky to have you. You're like a safe space for me.
Wait, we'll be right back after a quick break.
Okay, now real quick. If you are loving the podcast, you will love the CheckMates WhatsApp community. We're talking behind the scenes gist, crazy dating stories, upcoming episode teasers, and a few surprise giveaways just for members. Now click the link in the story notes to join or send your WhatsApp number to edgar@checkedgar.com. Trust me, it's sweeter over there. Okay. Bye-bye. Safe space, kwa. I didn't come here to be a pillow. You buy gifts, she says.
Aww, bestie lala.
You call at night, she says.
Hey, let me just you about this hot guy like this.
Sometimes, she'll even cry to you about the same man you are praying against. That's not friendship, no. That's emotional punishment. And no matter how hard you try, you can never graduate. You see now, 5 zones. And somehow, most of us are not even in the good ones. You are out here buying shawarma, doing midnight prayers, sharing data, liking her selfies, hyping her business, and you don't even know your zone. But guess what? She does. She figured it out from the very first time you said hello. And now, you are laughing. I'm here pouring out my trauma, and you that you are listening, you are laughing. I'm talking to you, and you are still laughing. You think this is a joke? Instead of you thinking about where you stand in her life, what zone you are probably trapped in, you are here listening to a podcast, laughing at the struggles and pain of a young Nigerian man trying to find love in this economy. No wahala now. God day. Now God go judge us. Anyways, let's talk about Florence, because what she did, it humbled me in a way even poverty couldn't. So, one morning like that, I went to the supermarket around my area to get some groceries. I had made a list and promised myself to get only the things I needed. No splurging, only what I need. So I left my house, got into my car, and drove straight to the supermarket. When I got to the supermarket, I saw this young lady. She was wearing this tight fitness outfit and a pair of glasses, so I assumed she was just coming from the gym. She looked really nice, but I didn't stare for too long. I was focused on my mission: buy what you need and leave. As I was picking my item one after the other, I noticed that she was having issues. Apparently, she forgot her purse in her bag and forgot her bag at the gym. Now, she was going to make a transfer, but she couldn't because the supermarket only accepted cash or cards. It was written boldly at the entrance. So the fitness lady had 2 options. It was either she leaves the supermarket and go all the way back to the gym to get her bag, or she finds a customer who could let her transfer the money to them and they would help her pay. And of course, the fitness lady chose the second option. She started asking people for help. She asked 5 people, they all refused. I wasn't surprised. Nigerians don't play with bank transfers. We have been scammed too many times. We are now trauma survivors in our own country. Everyone probably thought, this one is a fraud, I know they do. But here's what caught my attention. I watched from a distance and noticed that this fitness lady was making a very big mistake in getting someone. The mistake was that she kept asking women and avoid the men. Why? I don't know. Maybe she thought the women would be safer to approach. Or maybe she just didn't want wahala from men. But as I stood there with my pack of Golden Morn and tissue paper, I realized that this girl was about to learn something very important about Nigeria. And so was I. Anyways, after spending minutes begging people with no response, I decided to be a gentleman to the beautiful fitness lady. I walked up to her and said, "Hey, I can help you." You needed to see the excitement on her face. She lit up like PHC and just brought light to the whole street. She was so happy, it looked like she wanted to cry. She held her hands together under her chin like she was in a Nollywood romance and said,
Thank you so much, sir. You're a lifesaver. I don't know what I would have done without you. Thank you.
I quickly corrected her. Please, don't call me sir. I am too young to be feeling this old. Just call me Edgar, okay? My name is Edgar. She laughed.
Ooh, okay. I like that name. It's giving Game of Thrones. Well, thank you, Edgar.
I smiled. You're welcome. How much do you need?
Everything is about 57k. Just call out your account number. I'll transfer the money to you right away.
Now listen. I should have just shut up. I should have just kept quiet and collected the money. Moved on. But my dear brothers and sisters, I thought it was God trying to end my single struggles. So I opened my foolish mouth and said, "Oh, don't worry about sending me the money. 57k is smalls." It is not smalls, oh. 57k is not smalls at all. Why did I even say that? Why? Not only did I present myself as Money Miss Road, but I also walked confidently into the MAGA zone by myself. No escorts. Anyways, I did. And this was what she said.
Oh, okay. You're such a gentleman. And I also love your voice. Brilliant baritone.
Thank you very much, but you didn't tell me your name.
I didn't? I thought I did. So sorry. My name is Florence.
Florence?
Florence.
Okay, Florence. Is it okay if I have your number?
Sure. Call me whenever. I would love to hear your voice over and over again.
And that was how I met Florence. With small generosity and big foolishness. When I got home, I sent her a message on WhatsApp, but she didn't reply, so I called her once, twice, 3 times.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was in the kitchen making something for lunch. How are you? My lifesaver?
The first time she called me her lifesaver, it sounded sweet. But when she kept repeating it, I got confused. It felt like she had either forgotten my name or she really needed someone to pay for her items at the supermarket. Anyway, we started talking a lot. We would chat, voice call, and sometimes video calls. She took me everywhere with her. She took me to her kitchen, her office, her gym, and sometimes to her bathroom. We talked about everything. What did we not chat about? She would tell me everything, like everything. One time, unprovoked, she told me the story of how she lost her virginity. I didn't ask her, but she told me the whole story. Now, at first, it all felt nice, but then I started spotting red flags. The first one, she never called me by my real name. It was either she said,
My lifesaver?
or she called me
Baby boy.
Now Florence, she loved to flirt. She would send crazy messages and one-time photos of herself changing her outfit. She would say the nastiest things, then laugh it off like she was joking.
I once had a threesome with 2 brothers.
The next day,
I lied, oh! I just wanted to see your reaction.
one evening she asked me.
So tell me, what do you like about me?
I said, I like your smile, I like your energy, I like how you communicate with me. You know, just some nice things. Then I asked her the same question. What do you like about me? She smiled and said, listen, oh. She said,
Baby boy, it's easier for me to tell you what I dislike because I love everything about you.
She added,
And if you ever ask me out, be rest assured I'll scream, yes!
We laughed and moved on. But that moment, that day, our friendship leveled up. We started spending more time outside. We would go to the cinema, have ice cream together, and watch movies at my place, play card games, and even travel outside Lagos together. I was in deep, guys. I was in deep. Deep into the story of Florence. What did we not do? There was one time at my place, we had just finished watching a movie. Florence looked at me and said,
Baby boy, close your eyes.
She pecked me. I was shocked. Then she asked me,
Did you like it?
Of course I liked it. Before, uncle, what was I supposed to say? No. The peck touched my soul. My brain did 4G calculations. I kept replaying the peck for days, wishing she had kissed me fully and ended my career. What am I even living for at the end of the day? But that was the beginning of the end. Because after that peck, Florence changed. She revealed a side I never knew she had. She became very manipulative. First, it started with errands.
Baby boy, can you help me buy food? Please? Baby boy, please deliver this package to someone in Lekki for me. Please? Baby boy, please massage my legs. Baby boy, take me around Eco Market.
Eco Market, my people. Eco Market. If you don't know where Eco Market is, please ask anyone who lives and stays in Lagos. Eco Market. One day, I wasn't even smiling again. She looked at me and asked,
Baby boy, are you angry at me?
If you see the way I would squeeze out a smile and shake my head, you would think someone jazzed me. Whenever I was home, I would tell myself that I would never call her or go for any errand for her. But the moment I hear her voice and she says,
Baby boy,
or
my lifesaver,
I will just melt. The annoying part was that she knew I liked her. She knew I liked hearing these things. So she used it to her advantage.
my lifesaver. If you can help me buy food and pick up my laundry, I'll give you a big peck on the cheek.
Guys, you needed to see me move when I listened to voice notes like this. It was as if someone had injected boost into my bloodstream. But the sad reality was that she never gave me another peck. Instead, she would laugh it off and say,
Baby boy, you're crazy, and I like crazy.
That laugh was the devil's ringtone. I couldn't even tell Fela or Noah, my two guys, because they would roast me. They would laugh seriously at me. And every time I tried to speak out and talk about it, I remember the peck she gave me on the cheek. I know my boys. If I tell Fela, he will make sure I sleep with her and have sex with her. Fela will say, Edgar, you know if they do errand boy for free now, chop this girl raw, chop am. Now, Noah would not advise me to do that. Instead, Noah would say, Guy, block her immediately, block her. But guys, wait. What if it was a test? What if she wanted to see how far I can go? What if she wanted to see how big my heart was? After all, love is patient and kind. Love has no transport reimbursement. Do you understand? Anyway, how did my eyes open? Why am I still single and not married to Florence today? I'll tell you everything after the short break. You people like me, boy, eh? Promo.
CheckMates. Come. Let me ask you, when last did you hear a story that stayed with you? A story that made you laugh, cry, or even feel seen? Welcome to the Corner Stories, a live storying community where real people share real stories based on a theme. No filters, no fiction. Just raw, funny, heartbreaking, and beautiful moments told live on stage. Every month, I will be joining 7 amazing storytellers to take the mic and share something personal. And one of those storytellers could be you. Do you have a story that deserves to be heard? Then stay tuned for show dates, upcoming themes, and how to take the stage. For all the info behind the scenes gist and to maybe tell your own story, join the Corner Stories WhatsApp community today. Click the CheckMates WhatsApp community link in the show notes or send your number to edgar@checkedgar.com and come find your corner, because at the corner, everybody has a story. What's yours?
So how did my eyes open? One day, Florence invited me to a party. Actually, she asked me to drop her off. She didn't really invite me. Oh. I had to ask if I could come. She hesitated and said,
Oh, well, if you want to.
We got to the party, my people. You needed to see this place. Beautiful girls, rich guys, everywhere just clean. There were balloons floating, small chops flying through the air like missiles. One corner had sip and paint, another corner card games. People were just laughing, vibing. It was like a Pinterest dream. Everything was sweet. Until one of our friends asked,
Who is he?
Florence turned her neck like a TikTok baddie, flipped her hair, looked at me and said,
Who? Oh, him? He's my friend.
Now I wasn't upset because technically she's right. What got me upset, however, was when another of our friends asked,
Wait, is he your boyfriend?
Guys, you needed to see the disgust on Florence's face. Like I told her I bathed in gutter water. Like I was an amoeba or an abomination. She said,
No! How can he be my boyfriend? He can never be my boyfriend, God forbid. He's like a brother to me.
Immediately, headache. My back started to ache. My vision became blurry. It looks like she just invited me to make a mockery of me. Now let's break down her statement. She could have just said no, but she dragged the no to emphasize the impossibility. She didn't just shut the door. She bolted it, welded it shut, and burned the house down. This is the same me that will go from Ikorodu to Aja, then to Surulere just to get a thank you. Anyway, let's continue. She now said, how can? Meaning, I shouldn't even dare imagine it. I shouldn't even dream about it in my sleep. There is no road ahead. It isn't possible for me to even think it, talk less of become it. The initial no wasn't enough. She even added never. That is, two-factor authentication. That is, if the bottle on the fence cannot prevent the thief, let's add some electrical wires. She now said, God forbid. That one scattered me. As if somehow I break through and love still finds a way, let the creator of heaven and earth personally block the miracle. He is like a brother to me. To finish it completely, she called me a brother. That's it. That's the death certificate right there. FriendZone, sealed, signed, stamped. I stood there, looking at my destiny in a green short gown and Brazilian wig, and all I could say was, okay. Now everyone laughed and acted like it was a normal joke. After killing me, what finally buried me was when her friend now asked for my name. She looked at me, giggled, and said,
He will tell you himself. Let me allow him to speak.
My name is Edgar. Edgar Ariaga.
Oh, that's true. His name is Edgar. Yes, Edgar.
Sometimes, it is not everything in your mind you say out. For example, there was no need to say the last line. Was the "that's true" necessary? No, think about it, guys. Was it necessary? Yes, you were smart with the first line when you said, let me allow him talk. It gave me a little dignity, small one. But saying, yes, his name is Edgar to my face only shows that you have no regard for me. That was a very hot slap to my chest with a frying pan. Now, this may not make sense to you guys, but I feel like even if you don't like or respect me, sometimes it is okay to pretend and fake it while I am there. After the embarrassment, I went to the restroom to just wash my face. Now, nothing was wrong with my face, but I just needed something to feel like a human being again. The cold water gave me peace, a small reset. Then I heard the door open. She walked in, and in my heart, I thought maybe, just maybe she came to explain, to apologize. Instead, she looked at me with a smile and said,
Baby boy, can you help me get food across? My legs are hurting.
I didn't say a word. I just nodded my head. Until today, I still don't know why. I don't know why I did it. I went to get her the meal. On my way back, I was just thinking about my life. I started asking myself questions about my life choices. Are my village people at work? Am I foolish? Or am I deeply foolish? Will I ever date someone again? This one that she keeps calling me her brother, is she somehow related to my family? Do I still stand a chance? And the biggest question of all, why am I still single, God? Why? My head was hot. I kept telling myself, relax, everything will be fine. So I re-entered the party. She just came up to me, smiled and hugged me. She collected the pack of food, then looked me in the eyes and said,
Come. I want to introduce you to someone.
I followed. Then this tall, bearded guy stepped forward, smelling like wealth and fresh passport stamp. He stretched his hand for a shake, firm grip and all.
Edgar, meet Daniel. Daniel is my fiancé. Baby, this is Edgar, the guy I told you about.
Daniel smiled and said,
Hi, Edgar. I've heard great things about you. Thank you for all that you do for my baby. May God reward you well.
I was shocked. My jaw nearly dislocated. So this girl actually knows my name. She called me Edgar in front of her man. Wait, so she had a man all along, not just a boyfriend, a whole fiancé. That is, almost to be husband. Meanwhile, I have been thinking that I stood a chance. There and then, I started seeing the real baby boy. Meanwhile, I have been here, acting like her personal assistant, running errands, massaging her legs, dropping her off at parties like Uber with no pay. Wait, so she said I could never be her boyfriend because the real boyfriend was coming in 10 minutes. I have heard great things about you. What did you hear? What are the great things you must have heard about me? That I massage her legs, go on different errands, and that I acted like her driver from time to time? That I am her in-house therapist? That I know her menstrual cycle? That I remind her to drink water and send her affirmations every Monday morning? I did not even know how to react. I was so upset on the inside, I just kept looking at her like... The worst part was that when Daniel asked me what I do for a living, I didn't even know what to say. I didn't even know if I was dead or if I was living, because at that point, I didn't even know who I was anymore. Before I could respond, Florence jumped in and said,
Baby, Edgar has an amazing baritone. I want him to anchor our wedding.
Both of them laughed together. At that point, I realized that I wasn't in the friend zone anymore. No, I had entered a new place, the staff zone, because this wasn't friendship. This was employment, unpaid internship, and my reward? God will bless you well. From someone else's husband. It was at that moment I knew I had fumbled Florence, or maybe Florence fumbled me. Either way, I was done. I quietly found a seat in one corner, opened my food, and I ate like a widower at his wife's burial. Then I told Florence I was going home. She looked at me and said,
Now, just wait a little, wait small now, so you can help me drop Daniel at his place. Edgar, please now.
Guys, can you imagine? So the Daniel does not even have a car. I told her there was an emergency, a serious one. I'm sorry, excuse me, my phone. Yeah, hello? Yes, I'm on my way now. I am on my way. Nobody called me, The only emergency was my dignity bleeding in a nylon bag. She followed me to the car, hugged me, pecked me. Then she smiled and said,
Remember I promised you a peck, but if you stay with me and take Daniel to his place, I might just kiss you on the lips. Who knows?
I was so upset. I was livid. I didn't respond. I didn't say a word. I told her I would message her when I got home. She was shocked. She hissed, the ancestral kind, and walked back to the party upset. That night, I learned a lesson I would never forget. You see, women fear women. Fear women. Fear who know fear women. Women might not know what they want, but they know what they don't want. And sometimes, it's you. If you give a woman the chance to see you finish, to study you, to use you, she will use you to the very end. Like how Florence used me. She used me like last year's iPhone charger. And when she was done, she dropped me. No thank you, no warranty. Now guys, there are signs. There are always signs. If she doesn't know your name, let her go. If she has too many male friends, my brother, run. If she sends you on errand often, calling you baby boy, brother, you are not in love. You are in logistics. Let her go. So why am I still single? Because I failed to read between the lines. I let one peck lead me into a bottomless pit. I didn't learn from Sylvia, and now Florence has written a whole chapter in my book of pain. She called me baby boy, and I forgot my senses. If you're listening to this right now and you know any therapist that specializes in romantic trauma, or any aboki that sells soft suya near Glover Road, please, I need help. God knows that if I MC her wedding with Daniel, she'll be so proud of me that Instablog will carry her wedding for free. If you've ever been a victim of extreme friend zoning, send me your story. Let's cry together. Let's heal. Let's avoid the next Florence. My name is Edgar, and this is Why Am I Still Single? And that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with those who are single, dating, or married. Now rate the podcast, and I beg you in the name of God, please drop a comment. And yes, you can donate to support the podcast. $3 will go a long way. If you have a story to share, then please send it through my email address, edgar@checkedgar.com. Or for a quicker response, you can chat with me in the chat box on my website, www.checkedgar.com. Or if you're in the CheckMates WhatsApp family group, just send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll respond in 3 hours, I promise. Edgar doesn't lie. Now remember that this podcast ends the day I get married. So don't forget to tell your beautiful friends that Edgar is single and he would love to go on a date with her. Now, if that lady is you, send a message to my email address at edgar@checkedgar.com. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. I love you guys. Mwah. See you next week Friday. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening, my people. If you had fun, don't keep it to yourself. Join the CheckMates WhatsApp community. It is where we vibe, laugh, and maybe cry small. But most importantly, we connect. Click the link in the show notes or email your number to edgar@checkedgar.com to join us. Until next week, remember, Edgar doesn't lie.